Hello participants, welcome to this lecture on different learning approaches. We have understood what machine learning is in the previous lectures. We also understood the process and the terminologies associated with it. In this lecture, we are going to get exposed to the different learning approaches for a machine. This is actually a lesson that has been learned from the humans. The way humans learn, it has been carefully observed by the scientists and they have trained the machine to also learn in a similar way. So as we deep dive each and every learning approach, you will actually see the connect with the real world in the way we learn these concepts. So machine learning process, just to give you a brief, to learn the rules governing a phenomenon, machines have to go through a learning process, trying different rules and learning from how well they perform. That's why we call it as a machine learning, because the machine is trying to learn. It makes mistakes, it does well, so it gets recognized and then it keeps on learning to improve its performance. There are multiple forms of machine learning: supervised, unsupervised, semi supervised, and reinforcement learning. Of these, supervised and unsupervised are the most popular learning approaches. Each form of machine learning has differing approaches, but they all follow the same underlying process and the theory that we discussed earlier. That is the probability theory, mathematics. All these are the fundamental theories which are driving the machine learning process. So let's look at the three types of machine learning: supervised, unsupervised, and reinforcement. So supervised is more about task driven. That is, you are trying to predict whether either the category you're classifying them or you're predicting the next value, that is regression. We will look upon these learning approaches in detail in the upcoming lectures, but at a very high level you need to understand that supervised learning approach is about using the training data and then trying to either classify whether a particular input data belongs to a particular category or not, or regression, that is, you are trying to find the missing value, that is the future value you are trying to predict it. This is supervised. Unsupervised learning approach involves algorithms which can actually help you to identify the clusters of the data. If I give you 100 data points, it can easily identify clusters from the data, and it can tell you that okay, these 15 data points belong to one cluster, these 30 points belong to another cluster based on the commonality of the data attributes. Let's say, for example, I'm giving you the data set of the class. Let's say 50 students are there. I'm giving the complete data set. That 50 students would be analyzed using the unsupervised learning approach algorithms, and it can tell you that okay, of all the 50 students, these 20 students have common attributes. It may be related to the marks, it may be related to the color, it may be related to the experience, age, it can be on any factor. Same way, these set of people belong to another category based on the same values but belonging to a different class. So what we are trying to do here is we are identifying clusters. So what it is, if you're not able to understand now, don't worry. We will explain it with the help of an example in the upcoming lectures. Reinforcement learning approach is nothing but how a machine can learn from the mistakes, exactly like a human does. You start walking, you fall down. Falling down is a mistake. You learn what has happened to make you fall down. What was the reason behind that? You learn. Next time you don't repeat that mistake and you walk better. You keep on learning from the mistakes and you start performing better. That is reinforcement learning. We'll look at all these three approaches in detail, but to give you at a very high level example, look at this image. A cube has 6 sides that are square. That means it understands that next time when there are 6 sides that are square, it will identify that as a cube because it has been communicated to it. There is a supervisor, there is a data that has been fed in which clearly say that 6 sides makes it with a square, that means it's a cube. So next time when something like that comes in, it will identify whether it is a cube or not. This is supervised learning approach. What is unsupervised? Based on the cubes, I mean all the structures that are given, it will identify that these are cubes, these are squares, these are rectangles. It's able to group them based on the dimensions and clearly group all the cubes, group all the rectangles, group all the squares. That's how the unsupervised algorithm works. So you're clustering them, whatever data that has been fed in. The reinforcement is you're actually trying to learn, understand what it is. You make mistakes and then you revise it. You slowly improve the performance of it. So going by the simple philosophy, we will focus more on supervised and unsupervised because that's where most of the practical applications are in today's world. So before I wrap up this lecture, I want to expose you to one concept of no free lunch theorem. This is a famous concept in machine learning. It states that there is no single algorithm that will actually work well for all the tasks. Each task that you solve has its own idiosyncrasies. Therefore, all these algorithms, whatever you have learned, you are going to learn as part of these learning approaches. You should learn more because new algorithms keep coming. You need to know the approaches to suit each problem individual quirks. That is, every problem will have its own approaches, will have its own algorithms. Either it can be one algorithm or it can be multiple algorithms. You have to club it to solve the problem. So keep that in mind, and plenty more styles of machine learning and AI will keep being introduced that best fits the different problems. So never forget that. So this is the concept of no free lunch theorem. I hope you have learned something new in this lecture on the different learning approaches. We will look upon each of these learning approaches in detail in the upcoming lectures. Thank you very much for your time.